About 3 weeks ago, the biggest personal data breach in history took place. The Shanghai police lost the personal data linked to about 1 billion people. If you put that against China's population, you will see that approximately 70% of Chinese residents have a newly found big privacy problem. The sheer size of the leak is staggering, but perhaps the way it happened is even more spectacular. According to several reports, a dashboard that controlled the entry to this database was set up on a public domain that required no password to access it. In other words, if you knew the URL, you could access it. In even simpler words, if you knew to push the door hard on the right upper corner, you could open it. Which is incidentally how the main door to my apartment building used to operate back in my student's day. It is theorized this was configured in this way to allow for an easier sharing of the data. Hello, my name is Mateo Moncayo Tellez. I am a solutions consultant here at LastPass, joining you from Karlsruhe in the south of Germany. In today's episode of our Mastery Moments series, we will be talking about cybersecurity best practices. Let's abstract a bit and think in general here. If you had to store confidential data, or forget data, stuff, how would you go about it? Would you build one strong door? Add a certified lock to it? Make sure the key to open it is a complex one, so difficult to copy? Add a number pad to input a PIN? Voice recognition? Now stop abstracting and think. Do you need to store confidential stuff? I don't know about your house or physical spaces, but when it comes to data, you already likely do. You have to keep your bank card PIN secret. Regardless of the country you are at, you need to keep whatever number gives you access to the healthcare a secret. The password to your Netflix, to your personal computer, your Wi-Fi. The list goes on. And that is just on a personal level. If you consider your professional life, chances are you have around 50 plus different accesses to keep secret and protected. Accesses that are in themselves the door to more secrets. Whether we are talking about tangible items or data, here is a general truth. It doesn't matter how strong or protected your privacy fortress is built, you will always need a door to get inside or to bring things in and out. I am no builder, so I can't tell you how to protect your physical doors. But as a cybersecurity expert, I can give you some tips about your digital ones. 6 tips for you. Number 1, and although this sounds obvious, get a door that in fact has a lock. That means at minimum, you want a username or ID and a password. Remember my not so secure student door? It was eventually changed for one that could actually close and needed a key. Number 2, set up a multi-factor authentication method. In our day and age, that usually means a message that appears on your smartphone asking you if you're trying to access a website. Imagine a hidden lever you need to pull after turning the key for the door to open. While you are working on that multi-factor authentication method, look at the option it offers. Chances are you can set biometrics and link them to it. Not much imagination needed here. Iris recognition, fingerprints reader, face recognition, or voice recognition are things we all have seen at the very least on the movies. Number 3, encrypt your data. Imagine you are storing 20 kilos of gold. If someone was to open the door to the storage unit where you keep it, they will only see a huge stack of rusted tools. You melted your gold into that shape and painted it a bit, but you know its actual value. Encryption will do something similar with data. It will translate the data in some sort of code that only you can translate back. A potential robber will be extremely confused and will need quite a bit of time to decipher the real meaning of it all. By the time they manage, you already noticed the breach and have acted upon it. Number 4, make your passwords complex. The key for your new door, make it weird. I mean by that, get one with a particular shape or made out of a particular material, difficult to reproduce. If the analogy sounds a bit strange, it's because it is. This points toward complex passwords, or better yet, passphrases. Best case scenario, a completely randomized password will be the way to go. Number 5, enable notifications. Set some sort of alarm that lets you know when something is wrong. You need a system that can point towards problems or failures, whether they are potential or real. Remember the 1 billion records from the breach at the beginning of this video? You can buy them online using Bitcoins. If that was your record, you would like to know if it's up for sale. And finally, number 6. Securely share your accesses if needed. If you need to share the keys to the door, don't just put a copy on a box and send it over to the other party. A better idea would be to build a key that is just a fraction of the real one. You send it to the other party and let them know via a separate letter that if they buy a given commercially available key and weld it to the one you just sent, they will be able to open the door. If someone steals the package, there is little chance they will decide to start to weld the content with every single key available in the market in the hopes of finding one that matches your door. And there you go, 6 basic components to upgrade your cybersecurity position. You can probably add things like geographic blockers, IP ranges, verification emails, and more, but if you at least make sure these 6 elements are in place, you can be confident that you will have one hell of a door. Does it sound complicated? Let me give you a simpler way to achieve this. LastPass is a password manager that will allow you to store passwords and all type of data in a digital vault. You will need one single master password to access all your information and credentials, or better yet, no password thanks to our new passwordless option. There you have your weird and difficult to reproduce key. LastPass offers its own multi-factor authentication app, which you can set to work with biometrics. If you already have a different multi-factor authenticator, chances are we support it. That means you are fully covered for step number 2. Our security dashboard will help you see if there are related risks to your vault's passwords, and if there is evidence on the internet that you might have been affected by a breach. There you have your alarm. Worried someone steals your vault contents despite all these measures? Thanks to the IES 256 encryption that LastPass uses, you don't have to. You guessed it, this covers step number 3. If you need to share your data, our sharing center will help you to do so without exposing you to a man-in-the-middle kind of attack, and assuring the encryption is maintained. You already know where this is going. Now, in case you don't think this is that important, as I was scripting this video, a report emerged indicating that 450 gigas of personal information were stolen from AMD, the chip maker, due to weak passwords like 123456 or password. So if you want to upgrade your cybersecurity fortress, give LastPass a try. And if you are a business and want to hear more, contact us. We will love the opportunity to talk more about what we offer. Stay safe, protect your personal data, and have a wonderful day. This is Mateo Moncayo Tellez, logging out.